welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited that you are here and I hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic start to your spooky season. Today's video is one that I am so excited to share with you because in my last video, I had asked you guys what type of content you enjoy from me and that you'd love to see not only this month, but in the coming months. And I heard you guys loud and clear. So many of you guys have said that you'd be interested in more true crime videos, more investigations, and more personal paranormal story times. And let me just tell you, do I have a story for you today? First of all, can I just say that this video has been near impossible to make. This is my third time trying to film it. I filmed it in its entirety the first time, and when I went to put my memory card into my computer, it had like a minute and a half worth of me talking, and the rest of it just froze on my face in the creepiest position and was just nothing. It was just absolutely nothing. And then I came in to try and refilm this once again, and it shut off on me. So I'm praying that this third time is the charm. Now this video is one that I wasn't sure if I was gonna share with you guys because on surface level and at face value, it's definitely one I know I'm gonna get comments saying, Hailey, girl, you are reaching. This is a coincidence. This is just your mind. This is your imagination. And you know what? If that's how you feel, I am totally open to that because I have no idea what to make of this situation either. We're gonna be getting into an experience that I had that may or may not have been astral projection. I'm not entirely sure, but the events that followed led me to believe that perhaps it could have been something more. But disclaimer, I am in no way, shape, or form saying that this is 100% paranormal or 100% spiritual. It's just an interesting experience, and I thought I would share it with you guys because a bunch of you on social media said you wanted to hear it nonetheless. Okay, so if you've been on my channel for a while, you would know that in the past we've dove into and talked a lot about astral projection. Now, I personally don't practice astral projecting. However, I have astral projected in the past unintentionally, and I believe it wholeheartedly, and I'm totally fascinated. So a couple of nights ago, we're heading to bed, and as per usual, I'm scrolling on TikTok before I go to hit the hay. And that's when I come across this guy's video on TikTok. In this video, he's essentially talking about, I believe he referred to it as a dreamland in the dimensions. And he's explaining, in essence, astral projecting, but warning to his viewers that while you are in said dimension, you are not to look at anybody in it, draw attention to yourself, or talk to anybody in this dimension, because should you do so, they could form an attachment to you and you could bring them back with you, or even worse. I wish I had saved the video because I would totally put it in here. If you guys have seen it, definitely let me know and I'll give credit to the guy. But I found it so interesting that I started diving down the astral projection wormhole again. If you guys want an entire other video on astral projecting, we can get into that as well. But I was digging into this and I was thinking about how awesome it is. Now also remember that in the past I had astral projected unintentionally. So we go to bed, Tyler's got the TV on. I remember dozing off, but I don't remember around what time this dream. I'm gonna refer to it as a dream because I have no idea how else to reference it at this point. Again, let me know what you guys think. So I have no idea though around what time this dream occurred or what time it was in the night when I had fallen asleep. But essentially, I remember waking up, or so I thought, and beginning to levitate, beginning to float. I looked down, and similar to my actual astral projecting experiences, I see myself in the bed sleeping, I see Tyler sleeping, and I see my dogs in the bed. Now, before I could even process what was happening, all of a sudden my eyes go black, and when I open them, I'm sitting on this concrete section. So you know those stairs that go up to buildings when their door's kind of high up and then there's like the platforms there and they have kind of the railings around it? That's what I was sitting on, and there was a door directly next to me. Now to my right, there was a girl, and this girl had her bag next to her, I'm assuming, and my bag, like my purse that I carry on a daily basis, was right there next to hers. I'm sitting there with my legs crossed, kind of looking out, and the girl and I aren't talking. I'm just kind of looking out to this street. So to paint the picture, to my right is this girl. We're up on this ledge, there's a thing of stairs, and then over to the right, there's an intersection. There's a street here and a four-way stop intersection. Then in front of me, there's another street and there's a row of buildings. The building that I was next to was at the end of the row. I'm sitting there, I'm staring straight, I'm doing nothing, which is strange for my dreams because I'm a very vivid dreamer, and typically I go on crazy adventures or I go grocery shopping or I do something. I don't just sit there staring. That's when all of a sudden I look to my right and I see two people walking up like towards us, towards the stairs. There was a woman in front of a guy, and the woman had a bag in her arms and she was coming towards the stairs to come up them. The man behind her, the best way I can describe him is he was tall, very lanky, and he had almost like a Joker meets a clown face without the theatrics. It wasn't like meant to be, it was just giving me that vibe. Now, neither one of them says anything to either one of us, and the girl starts to walk up the stairs. Now, I'm next to the door, so I go to move and I go, "I'm so sorry," because I was in her way. She doesn't say anything to me. She goes inside the door, and the guy starts to walk away, crosses the intersection, and goes walking up the street to the right. I don't think much of it. I go back to staring straight. Again, this girl said nothing. This other girl's in the whatever that is. And all of a sudden, I get this feeling of like energy to my right. So I slowly look over and I see standing at the corner of the intersection, this man just with his arms next to himself, just staring. And I get this really uneasy feeling. And even in real life, when someone's like staring at me, I like look away, but then I'm like looking to see if they're still staring at me. So I did that a couple of times as well. So I'm just standing there and I'm just kind of like looking over, seeing, and the man's just standing there staring. So I start to get a little bit uncomfortable, and the man starts to cross across the street as if he's coming towards us. At this point, I'm very aware of my surroundings. I feel very uncomfortable, but the man pivots and starts walking on our side of the street now, up the street. So I'm like, what am I thinking? Like, obviously this is nothing. And I sit there again. When shortly after, I start to feel energy on this side once again. When I turn and look, he's now on our corner of the intersection, arms straight at his side, staring. And this time it's locked eye staring. And for some reason, I kind of felt like I couldn't look away this time because I'm like trying to read the guy, and we were just staring at each other. And once again, the man walks off. Now I'm very uneasy and I'm trying to like figure out where I'm supposed to be or where I'm supposed to go, because this is not like any other dream I've had. And granted, I've always been taught since a young age, because I've had paranormal experiences in the night, how to wake myself up and realize that it's just a dream. But at this point, I still haven't really realized it's just a dream. I feel energy again and I look over, and the man starts walking up our side of the street again and stops and turns and looks at me. But this time he goes, "Hi, Hailey." I go, "Hi." He turns and he starts walking. He stops. He turns. "Hi, Hailey." Again, I go, "Hi." Now I'm getting a little bit weirded out. I'm thinking like, do I know this guy? Like, who is this guy? He starts walking again and gets like to where he's about to cross the street. And he turns and looks at me again and goes, "Hi, Hailey," as if he's upset that maybe I didn't know who he was or I wasn't acknowledging him. And for some reason, my fight or flight mode kicked in, and I started to realize that Tyler's to my left. I don't know why, which I find this interesting because when I'm laying in bed, Tyler sleeps to my left, but I didn't think of that in the moment. In this dream, I feel Tyler's to my left. So I book it down the stairs and I book it to the left, and I go inside of what looks like this like sunroom type thing with all like glass, like roof, glass, windows, everything. And Tyler's sitting in the corner with this other guy on the floor for some reason. And they're talking away, and I rush over to him and he goes, What's going on? And I said, "There's this man, I have a really bad feeling, it doesn't feel good to me, I'm scared of him." And Tyler goes, "What man?" And I said, "Over there." And he turns and goes, "The one staring straight at us." And again, he's standing at the corner, staring now at Tyler and me. And Tyler goes, "I don't like that either," like in the dream. And all of a sudden the man starts running, like a horror movie running. And all of a sudden I'm panicking, and next thing I know, I feel a whoosh. And it's as if I'm like being lifted in the dream. All of a sudden I'm back in my bed, I'm in my bed, and I wake up to one of those like, you know when you wake up in the night like that. I wake up like that, and Tyler goes, "What?" But I realized that Tyler was already sitting up and he looked weird. And he goes, "I just woke up because I had a weird feeling." And I told him my dream, and he was like, "That's bizarre." And we went back to sleep. But the next day, so many strange things started happening. And since then, it's almost like the energy's just been interesting in our house. My dreams have been really interesting. But it was just such a weird feeling when I was there, the rush of it all. I don't normally dream like that. And again, it could just be because I watched that TikTok before bed that my dreams just went wild. But I found it interesting that I had one of those moments where it's like you're jerking back into your body after that was what was happening in my dream. It's very eerie. And And I do want to say again, it very well could have just been that I watched that TikTok, was thinking about astral projection and had that dream, but the fact that Tyler had just woken up moments before saying he had a weird feeling in the room, and then I bolt awake and tell him that he was in my dream, he was to my left, all of this, but again, my subconscious could have known that he's to my left. I don't know, I just found it really interesting, and I've been thinking about it for the past couple of days. I know there's gonna be someone who says, why do so many things happen to you? Like, how could this all be real? Guys, it is spooky season. I am indulging into paranormal and creepy content all month long, so energetically, crazy things are bound to happen. But you guys said on Instagram that you wanted to hear the story, whether it was just a dream or not, so I thought that I would share it with you guys today. What do you guys think happened? Do you think it was just a coincidence? Was it just my mind portraying what I just kind of looked at before I went to bed? Or did my subconscious astral project because I was so open to it the night before I went to bed? Let me know in the comment section below. All thoughts and opinions are valid. I can't wait to read through them. And that is it for today's video. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my content, I would love it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button. And please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. It really helps out my channel and my content. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until tomorrow, I love you.